So, anyway, we're live. In today's episode, we're going to be reading more of the Batman Year 1 movie script. Let's see, what else we're going to do. We're going to be talking a bit about comics, but mainly we're going to be reading this Darren Aronofsky, Frank Miller, Batman Year 1 script. I can't imagine what Frank Miller would do with Batwoman. Actually, when I think about it, I kind of want to see him write a Batwoman script now. Would you imagine that one? That would totally upset the SJWs. So, and the people in the bubbles and stuff. But anyway, let's play the intro, shall we? Hello. My computer froze, so I was kind of going, ah, shit. But anyway, hello. Good luck. Thank you, love. So, I'm reading this funny article on Cosmic Book News. WB, this is Batman, Ben Affleck, and Superman Henry Cavill on National Superhero Day. DC EU fans aren't happy with Warner Brothers dissing the Ben Affleck Batman and Henry Cavill Superman. Tuesday, Warner Brothers tweeted a National Superhero Day including 4 images of the Gal Gadot Wonder Woman, the Jason Momoa Aquaman from the DCEU, and WB used the Michael Keaton Batman and the Christopher Reeve Superman to ones who inspire us to be larger than life and teach us anything's possible. Happy National Superhero Day. But I will say this, I love the Michael Keaton Batman, so I don't see a problem with that one. Christopher Reeve Superman, I could kind of see the point, but I got like a lot of flack from a lot of people when I said like people need to move forward with Superman instead of being stuck in 1978 to 1980 with the whole Christopher. I mean, Christopher Reeve the person is inspiring because he became paralyzed and he fought for stem cell research to move forward. he did that to his, final days. Now, I think that's inspiring. I think that's a hero. I mean, the Henry Cavill Superman, I feel horrible for Henry Cavill. Witcher is a really good series. But I've heard. But I heard it's a good series. And he has so much left to give to Superman. I don't know why Warner Brothers is so stuck in this bubble of we need the John Williams Superman theme, and we need the Superman ready to step outside general type thing. I don't understand that. I don't understand why they're stuck with that era of Superman. I really don't. And that's what always bothers me, is Superman is such a boring, basic character. Everything, and this is where I get into a lot of debates. I even got into a debate with my uncle, who I no longer speak to anymore, over the crazy family now split in two factions. I am not making this up. My family on my dad's side have now split into two factions, and I was just what the hell is this? The NWO and NWO Wolfpack thing? What's up? And he always criticized the Snyder Superman films, the Superman film, by saying Superman doesn't smile, Superman isn't happy. It's well, how the hell are you going to smile? You got the world scared of you, not trusting you. Then you got a crazy fucking alien Kryptonian army wanting to kill you. Then threaten a person the two people that care about you. It's how the hell are you going to smile? That's the thing that always... Superman doesn't smile. If you ever, look at the comics, now, with Brian Bendis, how the hell could he smile? Everyone just disregards him now. Got rid of his secret identity, Clark Kent, because Lois Lane wanted him to come out as Superman. Superman is a character that they should just completely fucking reboot now. Ever since Peter J. Tomasi left Superman, it just went downhill. And Bendis, of course, is one of those people that, we're going to take Superman back to we're going to take Superman back to the good old days. It's just that's why I hate Superman. It's pretty bad that Warner Brothers disregards Superman to the point where Rocksteady, the makers of the Arkham trilogy, the Batman Arkham Asylum, Batman Arkham City. Arkham City is one of my favorite Batman video games. I love everything about that video game. I think it's amazing video game, especially the side missions where you could be, you could play as Catwoman, and that was a fun part of it. Just walking on the rooftops, kicking ass, taking aims. That was the fun part of, Arkham City. And Arkham Knight is a very good video game. The story is, you could tell Paul Dini didn't write it. But the graphics, the gameplay is it made you go man, I cannot wait to see what they do with other characters like the Flash, Superman, Green Arrow, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern even, or Shazam. Mainly the Flash. That's the one, when after Arkham, I was just everyone's we want a Superman game. It's fuck Superman. I want to see them do a Flash video game. I want to see what they're going to do with the Speedster, man. That would be awesome. But one of the people I would love to see make a Flash video game is the people who made Saints Row. If you ever play Saints Row 4, which is really, it's not bad. It's basically like Saints Row 3 with cheat codes available. It's really fun, but very goofy. Like, you could be a speedster, you could jump through the air. Like, it's fun, but again, it's like Saints Row 3 with cheat codes. It's not fun. The story's kind of dumb, but it was fun. But like, when it comes to Saints Row games, I love 2 and 3. Like, those were the fun ones. But anyway, back to Rocksteady. They pitched we talked about at the end of last episode, yesterday's episode. We kind of discussed it. They pitched the Superman video game to Warner Brothers, and Warner Brothers was like, no. like basically Warner Brothers was like, no, we don't want it. We want Batman. And I was just like, was I in the meeting of that one? Where I just like, no, we want Batman. But Rocksteady pitched the Superman video game to them, and Warner Brothers was like, no. And now nobody knows what Rocksteady's now doing. I mean, I don't know what they're doing. I know some people are like, well, we got heard from Rocksteady. What about WB Montreal? It's like, and my response to that is, it's a pandemic. They're probably at home going like, don't know what to do. But I mean, I'm not going to say like they're sitting at home doing nothing. I'm sure they're like emailing, stuff, like doing graphic designs or something. I don't know what the hell they're doing, but I'm sure they're working. I'm sure Warner Brothers isn't just like, you guys sit at home, collect the check, do nothing. But it kind of bothers me that they, Warner Brothers, WB said no on the Superman thing. That it surprises me to a degree that they said no to it. I mean, I would love to see what Rocksteady would have done with Superman. Like, if you ever played like Superman Returns, like that was the closest thing to what we would have gotten with a Superman video game, where you're able to fly and not go through the fucking rings several times, and when you miss one ring or two, then you hear ha 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 ha, and it says Lex wins. I hate that I wasted my $20 allowance for that fucking game. I imagine now, if I can ever look back, if I could ever get to look through a portal to see my younger self buy this video game at Slacker CD and Games in Fenton, Missouri, that doesn't exist anymore. I'm sure after I gave that clerk the $20, Lex wins pops up. It's just like, I mean, I would love to see what they could have done with Superman. I really do. I would have loved to see what they could have done. I'm sure it would have been better than what was previously done years ago. But it's Warner Brothers' choice of what, and as the dissing Henry Cavill Superman and Ben Affleck Batman, it kind of sucks, because Henry Cavill is the one guy who's sort of carrying the torch that nobody wanted to carry for the Superman films, and it sucks. It really does. I'm sure with Ben Affleck, he probably doesn't give about it. Yeah. So, anyway. Robert Downey Jr. teasing about returning as Iron Man. DC Comics returns to shops April 28th, so they returned yesterday, Tuesday, on the on the comic book shops. DC Comics backs comic book funds for retailers. Warner Brothers announced that DC Comics has joined the Oni Lion Forge Publishing Group in backing book industry charitable foundation's formation of the Comic Book United Retailers. DC Comics has announced it is donating $250,000 to fund which supports comic book shops in their times of need. That is awesome. DC and Oni Lion forged a group back to comic book fund for economic relief. Burbank, California, and St. Louis, Missouri. That's right, where yours truly is. Well, lives now. Truly, lives. Comic book retailers impacted by the COVID-19 crisis have a new dedicated relief fund designed to provide financial assistance for comic book shops and their employees, led and managed by the Book Industry Charitable. The formation of the Comic Book United Fund has galvanized the comics world, including Oni Lion Forged Publishing Group and DC, have made joint announcement today. Oni Lion Forge Publishing Group recognize the need of long-term solutions to help comic book stores following the series of the natural disasters such as the Hurricane Harvey, introducing the Forge Fund, providing monetary support for comic book retailers' employees in times of hardships. To date, $100,000 donated to the Forge Fund operation by BIC, which is the Book Industry Charitable Foundation. The company continues to donate 5% of proceeds and ongoing select titles. Now, this new crisis facing the comic book retailers, DC Comics has announced it's donating $250,000 to BIC. BIC. I like that. So, anyway, that is pretty cool that they're doing that. I think, a lot of comic book shops have been dealing with, hardships and stuff, and I've been seeing a lot of comic book shops, supporting the DC Comics coming back, because new books means they can make money to keep their shops going, and there's of course other companies, stores going like, we're loyal to Diamond and stuff, and I think during this whole time there's of course now a line in the sand for shops, because a lot of them aren't happy with DC and they're scared to death that shit's gonna happen. So, Free Comic Book Day is going to be in the fall. That's going to be interesting. This one's interesting. This one is kind of interesting. I want to throw out there. How former President Barack Obama is a big comic book fan. Particularly, he is an admirer of Conan and the Spider-Man comics in his youth. And now he is writing a Batman story. Which is now available at Walmart. Okay. I don't know if I would. I don't know if I would. I'd probably buy it. I'll be honest with you. I mean, it's kind of cool. I think it's pretty cool that he wrote a comic, you know. So, yeah, I think it's pretty cool that he wrote it. I mean, now with the way things are going, it's kind of crazy, but I think it's pretty cool he wrote a comic, and can't wait to see where it goes. So, anyway, let's get to the script. One thing that kind of bothered me when I was reading this script, Batman Year One, I kind of got annoyed when I was reading it because it kind of went back and forth from Gordon to back to Gordon to Bruce to Gordon. It was kind of like ping pong. It was kind of like going back and forth, back and forth. I mean, there's some parts of the script I like, and there's some that I just really think it's kind of like overdone. Like, I don't know why. I just feel like it's kind of over dramatic at times, because when I read the script, in my mind I was thinking, how in the hell is Joaquin Phoenix going to do the script? And I just sort of like sat there and I was thinking, like, this script is dumb. I mean, if Joaquin Phoenix did it, he would have made it work. But if Freddie Prinze Jr., who WB wanted to play Batman, it would have sucked. It would have sucked as a movie. If Joaquin Phoenix did it, then he would have somehow, some way, make it work. But going into the script so far, I'm glad they never made it. It would have been weird of a movie, because Darren Aronofsky wanted to make an R-rated Batman movie. He wanted to make a horror R-type Batman film. He wanted violence, everything into it. And Miller delivered a script that was kind of like, I get that Aronofsky wanted to make a film, guerrilla style, French Connection meets Death Wish meets Taxi Driver. I get it. It seems an interesting concept, but you need sort of the right writer to do it, and it's not a knock at Miller. Frank Miller can write some good stories. He wrote an amazing run on Daredevil. He did an amazing job with Dark Knight Returns, Ronin, 300, Sin City, Year One, Dark Knight, The Last Crusade, was really underrated in my opinion. A lot of people sort of overlooked it and said they sort of like focused on how the Master Race book was terrible, and in Miller's defense, he really didn't write it. He was just sort of on board with it. He didn't write it. It was Brian Azzarello. Azzarello sort of wrote this Dark Knight Returns tribute story. But Miller wrote Superman Year One, which was kind of a funny, in my opinion, a funny Superman story, because I never read a lot of Superman books. I mean, I read the Peter J. Tomasi run because Tomashi's one of my favorite writers, and I enjoy his Detective Comics run. It's not bad. I wish he would have taken over. I wish he would have taken over the Batman series, because I think he would have done an amazing job with it, since he evolved Superman and Lois. He could have done it with Batman and Catwoman. You know, sort of pick up and continue what Tom King did, and I'm still waiting for that comic, Batman Catwoman. Still waiting. But, you know, for me, I think Miller he's one of those writers that I admire and I'm a huge fan of, because I love his work. I think he's one of those sort of like last outlaws in comics. And it always bothers me when people trash on Miller and say, like, you know, he should retire, he should go away, he should never do any books. And I remember there was one Twitter post that annoyed me, where I had to retweet and sort of respond to it. And it was the tweet where someone wrote, "When will this old man die so female characters can finally be safe?" And it was so SJW, because Miller created, you know, Elektra. Elektra is one of those popular Daredevil characters, and he created Carrie Kelly, the female Robin, the first female Robin. And it bothered me when someone wrote that. It was just like, you know, it just kind of bothered me. It was kind of like very, like, why would you ask when will he die? Like, it's kind of an asshole comment. And when I called the person out, the person goes, "I really don't want him to die." I was just like, why the fuck did you even write it? You know, stop trying to, like, show up everybody like, well, I'm going to write this, you know, since they wrote that. And, you know, Miller is one of those guys. I keep saying it to people who read The Dark Knight Returns, Batman Year One comics today. It's like, you got to look at it this way. This book was made in the 1980s. This is 2020. Or 2019 back then, you know, last year. Things are different now compared to then. You got to realize that. Like, you know, you can listen to, I'm going to point this out for example. You can listen to Kiss and sort of go like, oh, it's a good rock song, but, you know, back then it was just like, it was metal. Or if you listen to, I mean, if you look at Kiss back then, they were like face paint, you know, spitting blood, and, you know, all this, you know, heavy metal shit. Now it's sort of like, how do I describe it? It's kind of like glamour rock, as weird as it sounds. It's kind of funny though, because if you ever like listen to the Runaways, they sound more badass than Kiss, in my opinion. Cherry Bomb is a good song, by the way. But, or if you look at Marilyn Manson, I'm going to use that example. Marilyn Manson. You look at him back in the day, like he was a skinny, showing his bare ass. I don't know why. But he was this sort of like satanic looking rocker. And you look at him now, he's 40, almost 50, and he isn't like what he was when he was 20. He's very different now compared to then. I mean, you know, people will be like, you know, he's overrated, he's a hack, he's boring. He's a good singer. I mean, he could like, he doesn't like scream really loud like he used to. As when he sings, I guess like years of his voice, years are catching up on his voice, where he used to do like all this crazy shit, as a singer, and he could, move around on the stage quickly and do all this crazy shit. Now he's like, he's now like older, and he's probably like, I don't want to do that. But yeah, it's just, you gotta realize Miller, when he wrote a lot of stuff that a lot of people probably don't like, you gotta realize it was back in the 80s, and when Dark Knight Returns came out, it pushed that envelope to show people that Batman's darker, he's grittier. I mean, Denny O'Neil and Neil Adams, of course, took him back to the roots of how Bill Finger and Bob Kane did it. Well, Jerry Robinson too. I mean, O'Neil and Adams, of course, brought back this darker, violent Joker that Jerry Robinson and Bill Finger came up with. I know some people got Bob Kane. It's like, Bob Kane really didn't. I'll be honest with you. Bob Kane probably did not have any involvement of the creation of the Joker. I believe 150% Jerry Robinson and Bill Finger had total creation of the Joker. That's my thoughts of it. Like, Bob Kane was just a guy who put his name for credit. So anyway, let's get to where we left off on the script. Bruce Wayne. Bruce encounters two muggers. One of the assailants pushes Bruce, and there was no delay in cause of effect where the shove sparks. This is in the script. Alright, you ready for this one? Alright. The mugger. Bruce cracks a smile. After the mugger says, "Yeah, we'll protect you from the bad elements," Bruce cracks a gentle smile. Mugger 2. "We'll take care of you, mister. But now you have to give us a tip." He holds out his hand. "Now. Money." One of the assailants becomes impatient, shoves Bruce. There is no delay in the cause effect. The shove sparked an almost orgasmic release of raw, pent-up violence from Bruce. And I love how Miller in the script capitalized orgasmic. I love how that's capitalized in this script. Orgasmic. He explodes. Crack, crack, crack. Bruce punches Mugger 1 in the chest. A rapid-fire, brutal ribs crunch. Mugger 2 steps into the fray. Bruce nearly snaps his arm. Crunch. And a swing and an elbow. Pop. Shattering Mugger 2's face. He slams to the pavement in a sudden surprise pain. Bruce stands over both of the fallen muggers and breathes in a huge lungful of crisp, clean night air. A calm washes over him. "Here's your tip," Bruce said. He delivers a final kick and walks off into the night, a changed man. Okay. That was kind of... I'll be honest with you, Miller probably wrote that. I'll just be honest. Exterior, East End Alley, night. Skinheads divided. The contents of a bloody purse. A beaten woman lies sobbing on the ground by some trash cans. Skinhead number 1. You took the credit card last time. Then suddenly aware of someone else in the alley, they turn and see Bruce standing over them. Skinhead number 2. Looks like it's going to be a good night, boys. The skinheads descend on Bruce. Bruce. Yes, it does. Bruce tears into the skinheads with all joy of a child on Christmas. Miller definitely wrote this. Bruce punches the skinheads in the face. His father's insignia ring crunches flesh against bone, leaving a deep, bloody mark. Time out. Why do I feel like in the Dawn of Justice movie, Bruce leaves a branding mark? Batman leaves a branding mark. Why do I get the feeling somebody on that film saw this in the script and was like, we need to add that? Why do I get the feeling of that? Exterior, East End Street, night. A greasy junkie holds a fake pearl necklace up to his dealer. Greasy junkie. But that's all I got, dealer. Then you'll have to get something else, won't you? Payphone rings, the dealer answers. Bruce appears behind the drug dealer at the payphone. Dealer. Can't you see I'm doing business here? Wait your turn. Bruce. I'm done waiting. He grabs the dealer's head by his hair and slams it. Bash, bash, bash. Into the metal payphone. Bruce, welcome to my war. Time out. I gotta read this. Why does this sound like Bruce is almost like... Why does Bruce sound almost like a serial killer? In this script part. Why does he sound like a serial killer? I mean, I made the joke before, like when he was writing the letters, I was just like, that sounds like a serial killer writing. This sounds like something out of a horror movie. Like he just stands behind this dude and just bashes this dude's head into the payphone. Like, damn. After Bruce said, welcome to my ward, the dealer slides to the ground. Bruce walks off, the fake scar hanging off of his cheek. The sun is just beginning to peek over the worn rooftops. Interior, Bruce Wayne's apartment. Morning. Bruce sleeps. Deep, sound, restful. Comfort smile teases at the edge of his lips. Interior, Le Bon Mansion. I think is what it is. Oh, the restaurant. Le Bon Maison. Evening. I hate reading Jim Gordon's parts. I'm sorry. I hate reading Jim Gordon's parts in the script. Like, Anne and Jim enjoys a nice dinner together in one of Gotham's finest restaurants. Anne, to my super cop. Gordon, to the most beautiful woman in Gotham. Clink of 2 glasses. Gordon, things are going to be different, baby. I feel it. Notices something. Shit. Anne, worried. What is it, honey? Gordon, I don't believe it. Gordon watches as Commissioner Loeb and Elmone Estrada lead to a private dining room among several scantily clad, exotic-looking women. Estrada hands the waiter a $100 bill. His face is a motionless mask, perfectly smooth and features the results of a compulsive addiction to cosmetic surgery. I hate this movie. I don't know why. It's just like reading this, I'm just like, this movie would suck. I'm sorry. Like, I don't know who would you get to play Jim Gordon, but this movie would suck. And who is that with Commissioner Loeb? He looks like a zombie. Okay, I kind of like that part. Gordon stands and starts dumping bills onto the table. Anne, Jim, what's the matter, honey? Gordon drags his wife from the restaurant. Exterior sidewalk outside Le Bon Mignon. I don't know what the hell they call the restaurant, but Maison. Evening. Gordon is livid. Can you be in more detail? Besides livid, angry, pissed off, agitated, angry, I don't know. Gordon, I can't believe he's so blatant. Anne, who? What's the matter? Gordon, Christ, don't you read the papers? That was Elamon Estrada, Gotham's golden pimp. The one Harvey Dent had up on charges 6 months ago, and now he's eating at the Le Bon Mignon with the police commissioner. Okay? That's what's the matter. Anne Hurt jerks her hand free and walks ahead. Gordon realizes he crossed the line. He's pissed at himself for scaring his wife. He lashes out and kicks a nearby trash can. Gordon, damn it. Gordon jogs to catch up and gently takes Anne's arm. Anne, I'm your wife, not a rookie cop. You can treat any old way you want. Gordon, I'm sorry I snapped at you. He sighs. So am I. I'm reading this stupid script. I mean, I want to get to the Bruce Wayne parts. Like, this is like some stupid, like, beat cop story. Gordon continues, look, there are brutal, vicious men that are making this city a bad place to live and to raise our son. I was going to say child. It's just I don't know what to do. I just don't know what to do. I get angry for us, for the baby. Anne touches his cheek. I know, but what can you do? You're just one man. You can't carry the whole city on your back. Gordon, there is something I can do. I can go over their heads. I can go to the mayor. Anne, is that safe? Gordon shakes his head. No. Gordon puts his coat over Anne's shoulders. They walk off. Bruce writes a letter. Oh boy, I can't wait to read this one. Bruce, voiceover. October 12th. Dear Father, it's working. I've engaged the enemy, made progress, but I'm only stuck at their front line. The grunts tonight. I start climbing their chain of command. Then Bruce opens a binder full of notes, drawings, charts, reports. He turns to the street map, marking a red X, and scrawls at it. Exterior, Comet Lounge, East End, Gotham, night. This is easily the lowest ranking drinking establishment in Gotham. Most bar patrons originate from the Gotham City corrections facility located directly across the street. Flickering neon light sign. First beer, free with release papers. Bruce watches from the doorway as newly released prisoners make a beeline from the jail to the Comet Lounge. Bruce steps over a pair of drunks on the sidewalk into interior Comet Lounge night. The place is full of pure menace. The patrons consent of doom addicts hunkered over their drinks. Deflated whores. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That is definitely. Oh shit. I never imagined reading that. So oh shit. Alright. This is alright, I gotta warn you on this one. This one gets really fucking weird. We get to finally take a glimpse inside Frank Miller's mind. Alright? Frank Miller is fucking crazy. Alright, we're gonna put that out there. I'm a Frank Miller fan. Frank Miller is awesome. Sometimes he's not. And sometimes he's just fucking crazy and you just enjoy the craziness. Alright? So, this is where shit gets weird. I sometimes wonder if Frank Miller hangs out with Stephen King and they do cocaine and talk about crazy shit. So, this shit gets weird. Crazy weird. And I wish I could be the fly on the wall as Warner Brothers read the script and they got to this part, because this part is fucked up. So, from deflated whores to working class thugs with overly attentive eyes, murder seems an everyday occurrence. Bruce takes a table away from a sodden trio on stage, accompany a floor show of transvestite singers and dancers who doubles as waitresses. Miller is fucking crazy. Once seated, Bruce is visited by a flock of waitresses and waiters. They sit on his lap, rub against him, and play with his hair. Bruce is... I feel sorry for Bruce in this one. Miller is fucking crazy. Would you imagine that part in the WB Warner Brothers executive is like, what the fuck is this? And he shows it to like the second WB executive. How the fuck did we get this? And of course the one is like, Frank Miller wrote this. Miller? He wrote this? How? I don't know. I guess he did cocaine. The script is fucking crazy. Now, I know a lot of people are going to be like, this is crazy. And I said it like last episode, yesterday's episode. I said that the comic book is better than the movie. Because the comic book has editors and people who are like, Frank, we don't think you could do this. You ain't doing this. And I think that's why Frank Miller was just like, you know what, I'm gonna write movies. That's what I'm gonna do. And he goes to Hollywood and he writes movie scripts and all that. Because Frank Miller wanted to write some batshit crazy things. And this is his proof. Like, he got mad. I remember once that Miller got mad over RoboCop. I don't know why. I don't know why you would get mad over RoboCop. And he got mad over a producer who was just like, this is stupid. Imagine being the Warner Brothers executives, all of a sudden, Miller includes transvestites into a Batman script. Alright. So. Let's get to the dialogue. And this is kind of sick shit that Miller does. Transvestite number 1. And what do we have here? Transvestite number 2. Oh, big. Waiter. Honey, you want a private show? Transvestite number 1. Hey, back off, I saw him first. Waitress. Can I get you something? Bruce. Beer. Transvestite number 1. See? Those little doors over there? For $50, I'll blow your mind. Bruce. No thanks. Waiter. He don't want what you got, skank. Bruce. You don't have what I'm looking for either. Bruce stuffs small bills into their saggy bras. Money attracts attention. Transvestite number 2. Come on, I'll cheer you up. Bruce. I doubt it. The waitress returns with beer. Waitress. That'll be $2, honey. Bruce pulls out a big roll of bills and peels off a 50. Bruce. Keep it. Waitress registers fear at the sight of all of that money. Frank Miller is fucking crazy. She barely has her money before more than a dozen of thugs sets upon Bruce, all angles with knives and clubs and bottles and pool cubes. Bruce jumps to his feet. The table and chair and the transvestites tumble to the ground. First guy swings a pool cue, baseball bat style. Bruce ducks under it. Crunch. Comes up with a knee into the guy's groin. The second guy gets an elbow to the nose. Third and fourth and fifth guys move in together. Bruce drops 3 with a series of vicious rabbit punches to the face. Pop, pop, pop. But it's the number 6, though. Number 6 through 16 that he runs into trouble. They work as a team surrounding Bruce. First one smashes Bruce with a chair. Then another clocks him in the head with a whiskey bottle. A third belts him into the jaw with brass knuckles. Bruce staggers back. The men descend and beat him to the ground. We lose sight of Bruce underneath a rain of kicks, punches, bottles, swinging, pool cubes. Suddenly Bruce explodes through the tankers, linebacker style, sending them sprawling. He breaks across the room through a door marked exit. The room goes silent. Beat. Then breaks into laughter. Bruce has cornered himself into the women's bathroom comment lounge. Night. I need a drink. After reading all that, I need something to drink because this shit is fucking dumb. Yeah, I'm just being honest. You know, when they say a Batman movie that's dark and gritty, I don't imagine this, what I've just read. You know, I don't imagine it. And you know, I know Miller had hard times as a movie scriptwriter, but damn, dude, like, what were you thinking writing this? I sometimes imagine Miller's mind is like a rabid dog. In a way, like he's just crazy. And you get to peek inside crazy. I mean, like, I'm waiting for, like, one of them to yell, "Ashtray, bitch." I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for that part. But this is just insanity. So, now I'm burping. Interior women's bathroom comment lounge. You know, I don't know why, but I know if there's some people who are like conspiracy theory people like me. Why does it make me, you know, the name of it, the comment lounge, makes me think of comic ping pong pizza? I don't know why. For those who don't know, it's like a pizza place in Washington D.C. The comic ping pong pizza or whatever. It's a pizza place in Washington D.C. where it is rumored that they do a what is it called? Kidnapping and smuggling people. Like, I forget what the hell they called it. It was like the weirdest conspiracy theory ever that caused a lot of like uproar, to the point where like you can't find conspiracy theory channels or videos on YouTube anymore. Now it's like replaced with like stupid ass stuff where it's like top 5 dumb crazy conspiracy theories type shit. I miss those. Like, I miss those conspiracy theories because those were like fun, where it makes you question everything you see. Like, if you ever watch like CNN or MSNBC, and like now it's like they have like they have like a shit ton of pharmaceutical commercials now, which is like crazy, you know. I mean, the same goes with Fox. Fox does the same thing. It's just insanity. So, I don't know why. It just made me think of that conspiracy theory. Did I believe it? No. I mean, I don't know. I mean, some of them are friends with Hillary Clinton, so, like, I wouldn't put it past some of it being true, you know. I mean, a lot of them put up weird shit, to be quite honest with you. The bathroom. The small, dirty room with no windows. Only doors opens onto toilet stalls and cleaning closet. Full of mops, buckets, cleaning supplies. Bruce voiceover. It was almost a stupid death. Then his eyes fall on the cleaning supplies. Bruce voiceover. Where not your birthday where not your birthday gifts, those chemistry sets I so love. Bruce rifles through the chemicals. Bruce voiceover. Ammonia, borax, bleach, peroxide, baking soda. Thank you, Father. Bruce grabs plastic jugs, dumps a handful of borax and baking soda into it, topping it off with a blast of dry propellant. from a fire extinguisher. Outside, door in. Comment lounge. Men taunt him. Attacker 1. When you're done powdering your nose, I have a free date. Attacker 2. Don't forget to wash your titties. Oh my god, this is definitely Miller. Meanwhile, inside, women's bathroom comment lounge. Bruce picks a toilet cake out of the filthy toilet, shatters it against the sink. He drops it into the plastic jug, starts mixing the liquids into an empty beer bottle. Aminoa bleach and peroxide. Bruce stabs the plastic jug with a screwdriver while outside the door in the comment lounge. The men, now done their taunting, approach the door. The women's bathroom, the comment lounge. Bruce holds a plastic jug in one hand, a beer bottle in the other. Takes a deep breath, dumps the liquid into the plastic jug. The comment lounge night. Suddenly, the door bursts open. Tattered and beaten Bruce stands holding the plastic jugs. He tossed the plastic jugs at a thug, but misses it. Slides onto the pool table. Bruce, it's over. You should get out of here. Beat. It isn't safe. The thugs whip out a long knife. It comes at Bruce. The thug with the knife. Let's see what you had for lunch. Under the pool table, the plastic jug bubbles, steams. The men raise their pool cubes and encircle Bruce. Have it your way. Bruce then jerks the neon beer advertisement sign off the wall, leaps onto the table. The sign shatters. Sparks shower down. Whoosh. The low-lying gases go up in the blue, hot flame. Everywhere men are standing on the floor, collapse in agony. Pants on fire, legs scorched. Bruce casually steps from the pool table onto the bar. Bruce, gentlemen, thank you for the dance. Walks down the bar and hops out of the front door. That scene is fucking dumb. I'm sorry, like, that is just a dumb scene. I'm sorry, like, and to think, I mean, I don't see the scene working. I really don't. Like, it is, like, I kind of, like, imagine a John Wick type of scene, or the bar scene from Batman Telltale Season 1, where Bruce and Selina beat the shit out of the Penguin's, goons. Like, that was a fun scene, by the way. But this scene is just dumb. It's like a MacGyver type thing. I mean, I like MacGyver as, it's a good show. I mean, the first 2 seasons were really good. The current season now is just kind of like, I can't wait for this show to be over. But, man, this scene was just, I don't know, I could have wrote it better, in my opinion. Interior Bruce Wayne's apartment, morning. A badly beaten Bruce finishes his letter with a bruised fade and a black eye swollen almost shut. Bruce, voiceover. Tonight I learned that I am nothing more than a lucky amateur. To climb the ladder of crime, I will need protection, weapons, technique. I need a culture. I need a I need to cultivate an advantage if I'm to take my war to the leader of crime to the bosses, to the generals. But what should that advantage be, Father? How will I find it? Your loving son, Bruce. Bruce finishes the letter, folds it, puts it into an envelope, and stamps it. He looks at it for a moment and adds to a cardboard shipping box of hundreds just like it. Interior, Mayor Noon's office day. Mayor Noon greets Gordon at the door to his glided wooden panel office. Noon. I hear you have some disturbing news regarding to the East End Precinct, Detective Gordon. Gordon, yes sir, I'm afraid so. Noon. First off, let me say how I am impressed that you've come forward. I know how hard the situation can be. I want you to know I admire your bravery and integrity. We need more men like you on the force. That is total amateurish politician shit. I mean, I fucking hate politicians as much as the next person, but Miller captured that one pretty good. I'm just being honest. That was just Miller just, I will admit, I will applaud him for capturing the shitty ass politician. That was pretty good. Gordon, thank you, sir. I'm trying to be a hero or anything. It's just that, well, things are getting out of control. Noon, of course, I understand. I have a seat. Tell me everything. Why did you come to my office? It's not a normal route. Why bypass eternal affairs? Gordon, I believe the problem goes beyond the East End Precinct, far higher. I've seen the money, been offered bribes, almost forced to take them. Noon, I see. Gordon, I can name names. I am willing to testify. I believe my current notoriety with the news media makes this a perfect time to bring this all matter to public. If we hold a press conference. Noon interrupting. Whoa, slow down, Jim. I'm afraid it's not simple as that. We have to be very careful. We have to present our case. Now, who have you told about what you know? Who knows you've contacted me? Jim, no one. I mean, besides my wife. I don't know what sort of repercussions I've faced if they knew I was here. Knew. Good. Fewer people who knows, the better. You may be in serious danger if these corrupt officers knew we were working together. Gordon, yeah, okay. What do you want me to do? Noon. For now, I'll see what I can do on my end. Meaning I ain't doing shit. Sorry, I had to burp. I want you to lie low. Act normal. I'll contact you when it's all time for us to make our move. Gordon, but sir, there has to be something I can do to help us prepare for our case. At least I can document what I've seen. Noon. Do nothing to jeopardize your safety. keep clear of the officers involved. Let them think it's business as usual in Gotham while we work up a plan for action. Gordon nods. Okay. Moon stands up and offers his hand. And his hand for a handshake. Good. You'll see. We'll get there. We'll get these guys. Noon sees Gordon to the door. Damn. Oh, it's raining outside. Interior, Gotham Library. I think after this we'll wrap up the podcast and get moving to do something else. Bruce brings a huge pile of books to the busy young librarian at the checkout counter. Kind of sounds like me when I was a kid. Librarian, understanding ballistics, here's the books. Understanding ballistics, improvise mutilation. Improvise explosion, step by step, guerrilla warfare, chemistry, throw weapons, handbooks, 101 sucker punches. Laughs. Looks like you're starting a war. Bruce says nothing. She looks up for the first time, sees his bruised face. Librarian, you know what? Why don't you just take these? You look trustworthy. Bring them back whenever you like. The librarian slowly walks away from the counter. Exterior, Gotham Public Library. Day. Bruce leaves with his arms full of books. I love that scene. I kind of picture it in my head where he has like this bruised, like bloody, bruised face, And he just looks so like in his own bubble. I mean, not his own bubble, but his own world. Like, Bruce leaves with an arm full of books. Bruce, voiceover. November 15th. Father, I am ready for the next level. I realize now violence alone is not enough. I must become a detective, a scientist, a scholar of crime. Bruce dumps the books into Al and Son's garage truck. Army-Navy store. Oh shit. I sort of digging this now. Bruce shops for ammo belts, hunting knives with boots. Knives with booth sheth, combat boots, binoculars. Bruce, voiceover. I will need tools to give me an edge. He holds up a heavy helmet device with wires sticking out. Exterior, hardware store. Bruce wheels a shopping cart out of a mega box store into his truck. He loads his purchases into the back. Spray paint, saw, tin snipes, razors, duct tape, industrial glue. Bruce, voiceover. I will no longer rely on strength. Bruce starts the truck. Sporting goods store. Interior sporting goods store. A clerk eyes Bruce as he charges through the place looking for everything over. Bruce holds up a white field hockey mask. I'm not wearing hockey pads. And glares at it. Hockey pads now? This is like the poor man Batman. This sound like me if I ever try to become Batman. I just Bruce voiceover. Father, I can feel myself transforming. I'm sorry. This is a crazy script. Like I'm being honest with you. At the checkout counter, the clerk stares numbly across the counter slide at a goalie mask, padded gloves, shin guards, a bright red catcher's chest protector. Clerk, cash, a credit or cash, dude? Bruce, cash, keep the change. Bruce slaps a wad of 20s onto the counter. Exterior East End parking lot behind a Mega Mart. Night. Gordon pulls up on a small gang of young thugs, slinging drugs from a parking lot. They scatter. Gordon steers to the block, escape of one of the gang members, O'Neill. Gordon, oh, hey O'Neill. O'Neill, come here. I ain't going to do nothing. I just want to talk. O'Neill, I'm paid up, man, right here. I'm paid up, man, right on time. Gordon, I know. Get in. O'Neill gets in the passenger seat. Gordon, things are going okay down here these days? O'Neill, suspicious. Yeah? Gordon, Officer Cadman has been taking care of you. O'Neill, what is this? Gordon, think of it as quality control. We just want to make sure you're getting everything you're paying for. A happy drug dealer is a profitable drug dealer. So you're up to, what, 200 a week now? O'Neill, 250, Papa. And I still get the Mexican biting into my turf. I told Cradman. He said he'd take care of it, but he spends all his time slapping merchandise down at the lab. Gordon, the lab? O'Neill, yeah, it's just over there partying while the Mexicans are out slinging product by my Donut King. Gordon, that's so. O'Neill, cocky. Yeah, that's so. And I want to know what you're going to do about it. Gordon. Oh, I know just how to take care of the situation. Gordon grabs O'Neill and smashes his head into the dashboard. Gordon, take me to the lab. Gordon jams the dealer's head into the dash and cuffs him. Alright, we're going to wrap it up right there. We're going to get to exterior of the warehouse district. This is like one fucked up movie script. I'm being honest with you. Like, I have never in my life read something that is so insane. I will say this, like, I have never I never read anything that is so crazy and insane in my life. So, anyway, we're wrapping up the podcast. So we'll be back tomorrow to do another reading of the script. I'm trying to process the thoughts of what did I just read. Bruce is buying like hockey pads. I kind of wonder if the people who made I wonder if Nolan and company like read the script and like laughing like like hockey pads and stuff. But I mean, I will give Miller props that he can write a very grounded Batman, like the poor man Batman type thing. I'll give him props for that one. You know, part of me kind of wishes to see, I mean, like the library part was pretty cool. You know, the thing that I think, in my opinion, the thing that's missing in the show is, I mean, the script is Alfred, of course, and Little Al, of course. You don't really see much of Little Al. You just see him pop up, then he walks away, and then he pops back up again. I think that's one of the big things that's missing. And, you know, this part of the script so far is kind of told from two sides of it. Like, you get to see Gordon's side of it, then you see Bruce's side. And there's like no... And the problem with Bruce's story part is there is no supporting character to keep the character in line at times. With Gordon, it's just, you know, it's interesting to see it, and I kind of think the people in Gotham, the show Gotham, kind of try to tell the story from, you know, Gordon's point of view, but, you know, a lot of people wanted to see more Bruce, Selina, Alfred, Penguin, Riddler, and all of them. And the part with Gordon dealing with police corruption and, you know, all that was really a cool part. I dig in the script, and I think honestly it would be interesting to see them try to do that with the Batman movie. But, you know, I don't know if they're gonna do that or not. I really don't know. I still think they could have picked a better, you know, Gordon, in my opinion. I think they should have went with like Clive Owen playing Jim Gordon, in my opinion. But instead they went with I can't even remember the dude's name. And I'm not being mean, or, you know, I'm not trying to be like sarcastic or, you know, mean towards the actor who's playing him. But he, you know, they should have gotten an actor that you kind of look at and you're like, oh, that dude could play Gordon. I honestly think Clive Owen should have played Gordon, in my opinion. But anyway, we'll be back tomorrow. We'll be continuing reading the script. My mind is kind of asking why. So, yeah, we'll be back tomorrow. So, see y'all tomorrow.